Welcome everyone to this web series. My name is Dion Griffith, Yahweh's preacher. And the song that you previously heard was that just a portion of it was written by myself and Brother Tyrone for Youth Annual. I want to welcome you once again to this web series. Thank you for looking and thank you for clicking and thank you for just being here, listening to this video. You will learn something special today. So the title of this web series is The Battle for Minds and Heart, or Battle for Minds and Heart. We will learn about the top 4 worldviews that is battling for our hearts, our minds, our hearts. I want you to share, subscribe, leave a comment in the bottom. I want you to share, subscribe, and leave a comment in the bottom. Let's begin in this web series, The Battle for Our Minds. First of all, we're going to start with what the Word of God says. And as an example of how we ought to care about ourselves when we are faced with different topics, different subjects, different ideologies, and so forth. So let's look at what the Word of God says. And in 1 Peter chapter 3 verses 15 give us a good idea of what we ought to do. And it says, "But sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart, always being ready to make a defense to everyone who asks you to give an account for the hope that is in you, yet with gentleness and reverence." Okay, let's repeat this again. "But sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart, always being ready to make a defense to everyone who asks you to give an account for the hope that is in you, yet with gentleness and reverence." So it tells us that we got to be gentle, we need to be reverent when we're giving an account of the hope in which we belong to. Let's look at what James Dobson said, and it's very profound. We will learn what he says. If you don't know who he is, you can research it. You can look on Google and see who James Dobson is. So let's first see what he says. First thing he says, "Nothing short of a great civil war of value rages today throughout North America. It is the battle for our hearts and mind." Nothing short of a great civil war of value rages today throughout North America. And also let's go further to say in the whole world, there is a civil war that rages for what we believe in or the values that we should stand for. And it's a battle for our hearts and our minds. And we can all say that. There's always something and someone or some ideology that is fighting for how we should believe and what we should do and what we should stand for. And hear what he says also. And he says, "Someday soon, the winner will emerge and the loser will fade from memory." Let's repeat this again. Someday soon, the winner will emerge and the loser will fade from memory. Wow, so profound. Because we need to understand that the winner will be the person who have the right strategy going forward, who is dedicated to what they believe and share what they believe. Someone who is totally loyal and devoted and have a plan of how they will execute that doctrine or the ideology so that the mind and the heart will be won by that person who engages and who put their mind and the trust and the energy in everything that they do. So we're looking for loyal people, we're looking at people who are devoted, we're looking at people who are selfless, and someone who will sacrifice for the cause. Are you doing that for your doctrine? Are you doing that for your worldview and what you stand for? So we go into it as well, and we will see that first of all we look at the meaning of worldview. And this is all I'm doing here, just an introduction of the series that we'll be getting involved in, which is worldview. So what is the meaning of worldview? What does it mean of worldview? And it says there, the term worldview refers to an ideology, philosophy, theology, movement, or religion that provides an overarching approach to understanding God, the world, and man's relations to God and the world. Okay, let's read it again. The term worldview refers to the any ideology, philosophy, theology, movement, or religion that provides an overarching approach to understanding God, the world, and man's relationship to God and the world. A worldview should contain a particular perspective regarding each of the 10 disciplines: theology, philosophy, ethics, biology, psychology, sociology, law, politics, economics, and history. So when you have all these 10 disciplines, that is what makes up a worldview. That what makes up the worldview that we're going to look at today, the four top worldview in today's society. So what are the top 4 worldview? Thank you for asking. Well, let's get right into it. First, it's Christian worldview. Christian worldview, I'm going to look at what it is. Then we have Marxism and Leninism worldview. We look at it as well. Then we have secular humanism worldview, and also we have cosmic human worldview, which we will all look into deep detail, and we will see what they all mean and what the worldview stands for, what it stands for. So first of all, we have Christian worldview. Christianity is a worldview. What does that mean? What does it stand for? And it says, and first of all, it says, since biblical Christianity contains a specific attitude towards all 10 disciplines, it is by our definition a worldview, since it stands for that 10 disciplines that I said before. Also, since it contains theology, it is also considered a religious worldview. And we know that religion is a whole vast of different religion we have there. But we will look at Christianity as a religious worldview, as a top worldview that is in battle for our minds and our hearts. Then we will focus on Christianity because it is the only worldview that provides a consistent explanation of all the facts of reality regarding theology, philosophy, ethics, economics, or any of the other. Oh yes, we are now at Marxism and Leninism worldview. What it is. If you don't know who they are, what they stand for today, you will learn a little bit more as the lesson go forward. Then you will learn much more about who they are and what they stand for. Marxism, Leninism is also religious because it has its own theology, which is a Marxist and Leninist theology. So they teach about their own religion, their own theology, their own belief system. They are a worldview because they speak directly to the other 9 disciplines as philosophy, as sociology, as all the other doctrine discipline that we said earlier. Marxism and Leninism is a well-developed atheistic worldview. It is more consistent than cosmic and secular humanism, which means that they are religious, they are atheistic, they don't believe in a God, they don't believe God exists, and therefore they're atheists, and they're atheistic worldview. It has developed a perspective regarding each of the 10 disciplines. So they're developed, based on the 10 disciplines: philosophy, psychology, sociology, politics, law. They have developed a perspective in teaching these things, and they stand on it. And therefore, since they are part of this, therefore they're considered a worldview. So Marxism and Leninism is the worldview that is fighting for the hearts and the minds of each person today. We look at secular humanism. If you don't know what it is, then you will know now what secular humanism is. First of all, they are also religious since they have a theology, and it is a secular humanist theology. Then they also speak directly to each of the other 9 disciplines, so which means that they are a worldview. Secular humanism also vied for control of education as the Marxism, right? So they vie for control of the educational system, right? Secular humanism is the dominant worldview in our secular colleges and universities. So secular humanism, in all the colleges and in all the universities, they stand and they are dominant in what they teach in those areas, so that when we have somebody who was a Christian and they go to colleges and they come back and say they don't believe in God, or don't believe in this, or they believe in that, is because they have been introduced to secular humanism while in college and in university. Then it also made great gain in many Christian colleges and universities. So now we have a secular humanism who is not for Christianity, but now they have made gains in Christian colleges and university, teaching the things that they believe in secular humanism. So wow, that's a strong foothold on what they have done. Then we look at cosmic humanism. Cosmic humanism. If you don't know what it is, you will know today. The New Age movement, which is referred to as cosmic humanism, is less tightly organized worldview than the other Christianity, Marxism and Leninism, and secular. They are less organized. But in these few years, it has gained visibility. They have come out of the shell, they have come out of the hiding, and they are no more visible, and people can know what they stand for and what they do. Then we also have, this worldview is more vaguely defined than the other three, which means that they are not really, on the way the other three stands, or how much people know about them. They're not that vague. They don't have a well-defined structure as the other three worldview that we just looked at. Then some of its members go as far as to claim that their worldview has no religious doctrine or teaches of its own. Then we have the New Age / cosmic humanism believe that truth resides within each individual, and thus no one person can claim they have the truth or dictate it to another. So what they're trying to say is that nobody has the ultimate truth. Truth lies in every person. Based on what you stand for, based on what you think, then it's truth to you. It is truth to you, and therefore you cannot say, well, what that person is doing is wrong, or what that person is doing is bad, because there is no one truth. Everybody has a truth based on how they interpret it to be. We are at the end of our first session. Awesome. Thank you for being there, and thank you for looking at the video, and just thank you that, and I hope that you have learned something that you didn't know before, and I thank you once again for watching this first session, and I just want you to do this for me. I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to like the video. I want you to share the video. I want you to also want you to comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you believe. Let us come together and put on a case for that which we believe, and let us all try to defend what we believe, but at the same time with reverence, respect, and gentleness, so that the world will know and stand and be better equipped to handle the different worldview that is confronting us on a daily basis. Once again, thank you for listening to our videos, for listening to this video, watching this video, and just continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to share, and let us go forward, and let us fight this battle for our minds, and let's fight it with dedication, loyalty, and let's hope and pray that the winner will be those that are faithful and those that follow the will of the Creator, Yahweh, the Most High. Amen.